Buongiorno. Mark my words, Mel. They'll leave by Christmas.
Even now, less than a score of years after the World War,
hostilities exist. There is no blinking at the fact.
we shall never surrender!
This is the Militaria Podcast, brought to you by your friends at Queen City Militaria, Wehrmacht Militaria, and SMG War Relics.
Welcome to the Militaria Podcast. My name is Joshua Doda. I run Queen City Militaria, and I'm joined today by my two friends, my two compatriots, Dante Gambino of SMG War Relics.
Fuck you, Josh. We were supposed to be here an hour earlier, and you messed it up.
Many such cases. Billy Kramer of WehrmachtMilitaria.com.
I don't even remember how to do the introduction. We haven't podcasted in so long. So I think, again, I still don't know what to do with my hands when I talk to you guys.
Just keep them up just like that. That's what people want to see. That's been polling really well. Well, you may forget, we haven't talked in a while, but the thing that we do after we introduce the start of the show is we talk about, hey, how you doing? And so, hey, how you doing?
How are you doing, Josh? I know things are getting a little bit busy with wedding prep now.
Yeah, we're like 2 months away now, and it's weird because at this point most of the stuff is like decided upon and everything's like settled and we did it, but also there's like the added stress of being like, now will it all work? Like it's like putting something together and turning it on for the first time, that like now I'm like, but what if the day of, right, what if like the DJ just doesn't show up?
Yeah, you gotta have those safety nets kind of built in, right?
I'm gonna recruit Billy to be the backup DJ if my DJ ghosts me the day of the wedding.
I'll do it. I mean, it's just gonna be dubstep like over and over and over again. But I mean, I can do it. One thing I will say about getting married and having a wedding is like you do all this prep work and then the day shows up and it's over like that, and it's like, wow, that was over really quick.
Carve some time out for yourself to enjoy it. That's my advice for sure. But things will fuck up. And you got to just roll with it, man. Like, I remember, like, I thought we had all of our T's crossed and our I's dotted. And then, like, my best man, I'm like, hey, what are you going to do? Are you going to do a speech? He's like, yeah, I'm going to get up there and say whatever. I'm like, all right, do you need help with, or you got it? He's like, oh, I got it. He gets up there, freaking shitified, and goes, Dante. It's great to be here. See you later. That was it. I'm like, thanks, man. Good job. So people will just fuck up, but you got to roll with it.
For me, like the most important thing here, because this is actually one of the reasons that I first was behind this, was like there's an area when you walk out back, you walk out back of the venue and there's like a gazebo, where you're going to have the ceremony and some outdoor seating, right? But when you first come down the stairs, before you hit the yard, you take a left, there's a little smoker's hut with a nice view. And when we first toured, I looked at Carmen and I was like, that's where Billy Kramer's going to smoke a cigar.
Totally. That's totally true.
Nice. So for me, that's a very big like box to check for the day. If I can I visualized it so many months ago that as long as it happens, I'll be like, this is a success.
My biggest thing of advice is have alcohol ready as soon as possible for your guests. That's my biggest thing. When people go stingy on the alcohol, everybody's bitching about it.
I agree. If I go to this wedding and don't get drunk enough to make it all about me instead of you, Josh, I'm going to be a little upset with myself.
We're currently debating what the deal should be. Should it be open bar, beer and wine only? Should it be full open bar? Or should it be like no open bar?
There's nothing wrong with charging for premium cocktails, Josh.
Do whatever you can afford, man. If you can afford open bar the whole way, then go for it. If it's a difference between like a couple $100, then it's not even a question in my mind. But if you're really trying to shave the budget down, then do what you got to do. Just have something to drink available.
It's not a couple $100, but it's Dante money. It's not Josh Doda money.
Oh, it's Dante money, bro.
That's Dante Gambino
You're
money.
You're gonna be broke out of your face no matter what. It doesn't matter whose money it is, who's spending it, how much you're spending. Budget, no budget, you're going to be fucking licking your wounds going, how the fuck do I pay for this?
Well, I'm excited for you guys to be there. It'll be a good time. But enough about me for now. Come on now. How have you been, Dante?
Come on now. Great, man. Things have been great since I got back from Italia. You see my souvenir cap that I picked
Wow,
up.
Mamma Mia.
Yeah, man, we went to Rome for a wedding, and then we decided to make it a vacation with the kids. So we packed everybody up to go there, and it's a bucket list item, man. I don't think I was ever out of the country when I was my kid's age. I had to wait till I was an adult, so it was a good opportunity to show them the world and let them get see other traditions and cultures and stuff. And we had a
And you were
blast.
eating well.
We ate well, but I didn't put on any weight because you're walking everywhere, and you're walking in, especially on the Amalfi Coast. You're walking uphill, all the time, climbing fucking old ass fucking stairways and cobblestone walkways, and you're burning off the calories. And the portions there are not American portions. You're never left going like, oh, gee whiz, I wish I had like another plate of food. But at the same time, you're not taking a fucking doggy back home. You know what I'm saying?
I can't remember the last time I said gee whiz, period.
Jolly Willikers, that was a lot of food.
Gee whiz, guys.
Gosh
Darn it.
You ate like squid and shit, though. I remember you sending pictures to the group chat, and I was like, yuck.
Oh, you don't like seafood like that, Josh?
Dude, you know what's funny? Once it like came out that cheap calamari is pig asshole, right? Look it up. Look it up.
In what restaurant,
Look
Josh? Because I'm
You
gonna
go to
try
a place
to
that
avoid
has cheap
those.
calamari. You go to a place that has cheap calamari, it's pig butthole. I swear to God. And after I found that out, I was like, you know what? I don't even want to get good calamari now because it's just
I don't want to eat calamari anymore.
Someone in the comment section got to fact check this. Is there anybody making calamari out of pig assholes?
I'm telling you right now, it's like the hot dog of the sea.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Billy
The
Kramer,
hot
how
dog
have you
of the
been,
sea.
pal? How have you been doing?
Are you talking to me now? Well,
Yeah.
I just got back from Wisconsin. I also have a souvenir hat. Yeah, I've been okay. I mean, I just did landscaping on the house. I'm glad that's over. Now I got to do the fence, and then that's going to be over. And then I'm moving on to the lake house. I got a lot of stuff going on too, and it's just one thing after another, after another, after another. And my website for some reason keeps like, I don't know, freezing, or I don't know what's going on with it. I got a phone call to my web guy, and eventually he says he's going to get to it.
Eventually, that doesn't sound good.
Yeah, I mean, I still am getting orders, so I mean, it can't be that bad. Jeff Clark sends me like a weekly reminder of like, hey, dipshit, fix your website, which is nice to hear from Jeff.
Good. Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah, good.
I love your book, and
Yeah.
thanks for yelling at me.
Listen, Jeff Clark is my idol, and I've told him that many a time, but it's nice that that's why he wants to contact me, not the awesome stuff I post on the website.
It's usually when the website gets all fucked up, it's because you got too much awesome shit on there and your server space is getting soaked up.
I totally agree with that. I think it's almost 3,000 items, and I should scale it back. I really should, because I have, beyond quadruples of things. So maybe it is something silly like that where I just need to just ship it all off to be like, hey, start a new website.
No, you don't have to do that. You just got to increase you got to find some place to increase your server space, and your web guy should be able. It's going to be another $20 a month, 30, 40, whatever the fuck it is, and then you're going to be done with it. Hopefully.
Well, maybe I should talk to your web guy, because mine is apparently. Are we allowed to say that on the show? I don't know.
Sure.
I got the duck quack sound for a reason.
Quack.
Oh, all right. Well, that's good. At any rate, Josh, I'm doing well, man. I'm currently drinking some Heineken. I don't know if you knew this, but I've been drinking Heineken since I was like 3 years old. When I talk about Heineken online, all the Europeans are like, "Oh, it's garbage beer," and it's like I love Heineken. Like, it is a staple of my diet. Everybody raves about Stella, and they're like, "Oh, you should try Stella." And it's like, of course I've had that, and to me, it's dog shit.
I don't like either. I'm going to be totally honest with you. I don't like either of those beers.
I don't want to be friends with you anymore.
I'm
Josh,
sorry.
do you like Heineken?
I'm sorry. I don't.
No, I'm not a big Heineken guy.
You know what? I'm going to go podcast with other people now.
I don't have a problem with Heineken. It's just that I've never been like, man, I love Heineken.
I gotta go spotting.
Yeah,
Straight
that's
spotting
a good one.
lager.
It is a good one.
Mm.
I wish
Interesting.
Spaten had the umlaut, so it was Spaten, but it doesn't. It's just Spaten, which means spade from the RAD days,
Oh, is that why there's a spade on the bottle, Billy?
Actually, now that you mention it, it might be true. That might be why there's a spade on the bottle. I never thought of that. Thank you, Dante.
All right. What do we got to do? What are we doing today, boys and girls?
Thanks for asking. I'd like to start us off today with a new segment that I'm calling the Militaria news. Today on the Militaria news, a new variant and heretofore unknown maker of the New Hampshire World War I service medal has been discovered.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Here we go.
Oh, are we not thrilled at new information to learn to enrich ourselves, Dante?
Well, I'm sure the 5 people that collect those awards are going to be ecstatic.
So the other day, and when I say the other day, I mean a month and a half ago, but that is a different day. I woke up to an email from a guy who said, "Hey, I saw your Reddit post from like however many years ago says that you collect the World War I service medal from New Hampshire." First of all, very weird to get like an organic email. Like this isn't, you didn't reach out on Reddit. He made sure to say in the email, "I do not have a Reddit account," but he tracked me down and sent me this email about the medal. And the guy says, "I primarily collect manufacturers' trade catalogs and dies that make stamped metal goods. My earliest dies made military insignia for the War of 1812. And then he shared this picture of the die that he has for the New Hampshire World War I service medal, which I will bring on screen now.
That's pretty fancy. What maker is that? I don't think I recognize that maker, Josh.
So he says this is the original die from the Durgan factory. And if you guys remember back to when we talked about this award on the podcast like a year ago or something, I said that Durgan was the only manufacturer because he's the only real like documented manufacturer. So I said, there's no variants, it's single manufacturer, et cetera, et cetera. The email goes on to say, "This die was sent to the Robbins Company in June 1940 to strike more medals."
Oh.
Right? That's what I'm fucking saying. He goes on to say, "In your post, you state that there are no variations and all the medals came from, the Durgan factory in Concord. And in my photo, there is one that's remounted as a World War II style brooch. It's this one here." So this
Josh,
guy's
email. Tell me that's not a Durgan piece. Sorry.
So this medal here, he says that he can't officially prove it, but he has no doubt that this World War II style brooch is struck and made by Robbins.
Wow.
And I was like, I'm fucking blown away, right? So at first, I'm also kind of like, is this guy an internet weirdo? Because you have to feel that way. But
why is he asking me for pictures of my feet?
I start talking to him a little bit more, and he says, "I have purchased several factory die collections and visited many factories still in business. Usually when a factory produces an item, they keep the dies. Sometimes a customer maintains possession of their dies. In this case, the customer is charged for the dies, and when an order is completed, the dies are returned to the customer. It appears the customer that ordered these medals from Durgan maintained possession of the dies." He said, "I estimate the Robbins Company made about 150,000 dies over the years that they were in business. Of the 4 semi-truckloads of Robbins dies that I was able to acquire, fewer than 20 dies were not made by Robbins."
What the fuck? Did you just say semi-truckloads?
4 semi-truckloads of dies.
What
Again, he did say 250,000 dies they produced, right? He said, less than 20 of those dies were not made by Robbins, and the New Hampshire one made by Durgan was one of those dies. So then he goes on to state, "As you probably know, the 120 stamped on this die is the date that it was made, January 1920. He said he was able to salvage 10,000 pages of Robbins die records, and the records provide additional information about the dies and their customers. When Robbins received this die, they assigned it a serial number and engraved it into the side." So he then says the Robbins die record that this was in is one of the missing books. So he says, "Only because I have this information on Robbins dies made just before and after this serial number am I able to state that this was received in June of 1940. And then he gave me permission to share the information.
I just hope that you feel like so honored that he shared this information with you, because he could have gone to the New York Times, he could have gone to the Chicago Tribune, and instead he chose to go to you, Josh. And that's really special. I mean, I think this is incredible information. Thank you for sharing this.
It's just a crazy story, dude. So I actually looked it up and like I'm not gonna, dox this dude on the podcast, but I looked his name up and his family's been in the metalworking business for a long time, and it seems like his father owned a factory that produced insignia and medals for a time. So he's done, a bunch of displays, bunch of presentations at museums and things like that. But he literally found a post that I made on Reddit a few years ago, tracked me down and shared this with me. And like until now, I've never heard of a Robbins produced example. And this is my favorite medal. Like I have more of these than anything else. And through the magic of the internet and some guy just taking the time out of his day to share his super niche information about serial numbers on one of 250,000 dies, I now know that there are actually two makers for this very niche award, and that in this man's estimate, I have one of the Robbins produced examples.
That's actually super cool. As much as I'm making fun and trying to make light of the situation, it is cool that you are that into it. And that, again, the internet, I mean, all this, we wouldn't know each other. No one here on the podcast would even know each other if it wasn't for the internet. And it's given networking to the collection, community. And it's just a cool thing honestly, I do respect that this dude at least was like, hey, somebody else gets what I get,
So that brings me to I don't know, just kind of an interesting thing to think about. Is this really this is like the definition of minutia, right? We're talking about just these very obscure facts that could easily be lost to time. They've surfaced, they're together. We've connected point A with point B. Someone's got to write it down and put it somewhere so that it can be used by all, be that Reddit or a forum. Put it in a forum just so it could be somewhere else. You know what I mean? Because it's a shame that like it would stop at you, Josh. It'd be like, well, that's it. Josh knows, and that's it.
I have neglected to update my Reddit post from a few years ago, so maybe I should get on that. But no, you're right. And this is also like, this is the easiest type of information that I think it is to slip through the cracks, because who's looking for it? It took this guy multiple years for him to have the interest, for him to find my post, and then he had to go through all these extra steps. Most people wouldn't do that to begin with. So it's like, how long is it going to be before somebody even wonders? And by then, will the information be available? So you're right. It needs to be disseminated.
Just my opinion. But anyway, it's a pretty cool story, bro.
Josh, is there anything else that happened in Militaria that people might want to know about recently?
Yeah, there is. William Docus wrote a book. And he had a kid. And it's available on Amazon, the book.
Oh, not the kid. The kid. Well,
so
congratulations to Will.
Congratulations, Will.
Two great things that most of us will never do is write a book. If Billy wants to do it, and some of us will never have a kid. So he did two in one.
I want to do that too. That sounds exciting. He's also a pilot, is he not, Josh?
Yeah, he is agricultural pilot. If you're trying to have kids, he's got two now. You should ask him for tips. It seems like he's got a system that works.
Just the tips.
If you are a fan of the show or a fan of money and spending a little bit of it, you should go buy Will's book on Amazon. I'm going to put the link in the description. And boys, to round us off for the night, in a bit of crime news in the hobby, getting reports that Walter Kanzler, you know the name, did not make it to the Allentown show and was instead booked into the McIntosh County Jail.
Gosh, what happened? What happened with good old Walter Kanzler?
It would appear that he got a Dewey.
A Dewey? Oh,
what do you call it?
It's a Dewey. It's a Dewey.
Everybody
like the decimal system.
Yeah, Dewey Decimal System.
And here in Kenosha, Wisconsin, we have OWI. I actually feel this is bad karma because someday who knows what I get in trouble for? I might be on the forum and not making it as Allentown. And maybe I might have a scooter someday. You know what I mean? And just be a raging cock for people walking in front of you at a show. But it is sad. And I told Tim this. I think this is actually Tim's thread. In Wilmington, I'm walking around. And I had a great Wilmington show. And, people are handing this man hundreds of dollars. And it's just, you feel bad. But at the same time, a fool and his money are soon parted. And Walter knows how to get it out of these guys. You know what I'm saying? So I do love the mugshot, though. And wasn't he, didn't he flee as well?
Yeah, something about
yes.
resisting arrest or fleeing or something.
Attempting to evade arrest, I heard. And then
Let's
also
say
like
fleeing.
Drugs. What kind of drugs?
I think it's also kind of important to remember that, like, pretty sure this guy has an FFL.
Yeah, so that was brought up as a point of contention because if he got pulled over, let's just see, we don't know. Everything is allegedly, first of all. He gets pulled over allegedly for driving under the influence, which is all we know. We don't know. We're just going off of what the court records say. So if he gets pulled over for driving under the influence and they search his car or impound it or whatever, and there's all kinds of stuff in there, and he's got an FFL, and he's not supposed to be driving over state lines with certain items. Ooh, man, you've got some splaining to do, man. You in big trouble.
And you're talking about guns. You're not talking about Edelweiss toilet paper, right? You can't get in trouble for that.
Cops have okayed Edelweiss toilet paper possession in all 50 states.
We're talking about the pew-pews, man. Got to be careful with them pew-pews. Pew-pew.
Well, honestly, that's one of the reasons I don't carry in my vehicle because I do cross state lines, and heaven forbid, if I go out to dinner or something like that, I mean, you're fucked.
You're
and I'm not. And I mean, it sounds like, I mean, I don't know. He was booked for drugs. He fled. I mean, it sounds like some pretty serious charges for old Walter, but I mean,
we don't know. It's all speculative. And,
allegedly for legal purposes.
Allegedly, we have no idea what really
innocent
happened.
until proven guilty. But I'm sure
it
dash
doesn't make it not hilarious because of his nature and what we all know him from, and how his name has just been all over the internet for certain things.
I have literally been yelled at by Walter Kanzler behind me to get out of the way when he was on his motorized scooter, and I had no clue he was back there. It's not like he had a cute little bell like ding, 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 ding. No, he just fucking was a total dick. And then at the Wilmington show, he knocked over Craig Luther's Rikers on the edge of the table and then tried to blame Craig of like, you shouldn't have had those in the first place. And it's like, listen here, you old drunk bastard. We all fucking know at this point.
Yeah, and he drives a stupid scooter, parks it on an angle in the aisles. He's just an asshole.
You bring up a good point. Walter would be more cute if he had a bell.
Walter, if you're watching this, friend of the show, I don't know, but get a bell for your stupid scooter. You can walk. We all can see you fucking walk, too. That's weird, dude.
That is weird. He walks around and then jumps on a scooter.
Get a Segway like Craig. Everybody fucking wants one.
Oh, what happened to this Craig Segway? I saw it one show, and that was it.
So reports from McIntosh County, and you heard it here, 2nd, 3rd, or 4th, July 11th, 2026, Walter Kanzler booked. And let's just do a slow scroll to see who he's sharing some cell space with in McIntosh County. Give you guys a little background information. We got Matthew Mello.
Safe flinger attempting to loot. Hold for Sid. Oh, yeah. He's getting a lot of Matthew Mello these days, if you know what I mean.
He's hanging out with Matthew Mello. Matthew Mello driving while license suspended.
Innocent.
You're not supposed to be doing that.
She's
Adriana was there. No, that's not. They're not doing co-ed. Come on.
George is not progressive like that.
You got John Alexis.
Yeah.
He was speeding. He's going 86 and a 70. That's crazy. You got
I like
Jamea.
his name. John Alexis is a good name.
It's two first names.
Kinda
It's kind of
nice.
cool. It's two first names. Jamie Ashley. This guy also has two first names. That's kind of cool.
But two girl first names.
And you know what's funny?
Unusual.
Look, DUI, drugs, less safe. Pretty much the same rap sheet that Walter has. So that's why you know they're going to get along.
Yeah,
I feel
maybe they were
like
driving. Yeah, carpooling, maybe.
Oh, they were probably on their way to the show together. I could see it. And then Damian Green, who looks like his parents have just been called.
Oh, Damian Green. No, he's listening to Walter's story. That's why he's making that face. He's like, what the
He's
fuck?
like, you're sure that's the toilet paper from World War II?
Walter was like, hey, can I show you my collection? And that's his face. What?
Dude, I bet when they're in county, they're begging for that toilet paper. I don't know. Is it single ply in county? I don't really know.
Gotta be single. There's no way. Well, or like that really thin 2-ply that like might as well not even be 2-ply.
Yeah. It's like, not my finger again.
How did that finger get there?
These questions answered and more through the future hard-hitting journalism and reporting of the Militaria News. now that we've gotten through the news and we're back to feeling casual and loose and fancy free, I know you guys brought some stuff to talk about this week. I brought some stuff to talk about. What is new? What have you picked up since the last time we met?
Woo! Well, we picked up some Deutsche Reichsbahn stuff. Got some silverware, and I think this is a fascinating area of the hobby. I think it's right up there, if not even cooler than the AH silverware, in my opinion. Just because I like the look, I like the design, I like the different things that are out there. So I was fortunate enough to pick up a couple pieces, and then I even sold some to my good buddy Billy because he's like, "Hey, I'd love to have some pieces too." I'm like, "Yeah, sure." I'll wholesale them out to him. I got to share the wealth. I'm a very, very nurturing and loving man, and
We've said it on the show before. You're motherly.
Wanted to share fatherly, maybe that would be better. Thank you though. Anyways, I got some interesting pieces, not just knives and forks, just some kind of neater pieces. And I want to look at some of the other pieces that we've sold and Billy has, and just spend a little time on Deutsche Reichsbahn stuff, because I think it's a fascinating area of the hobby. For those who don't know, Hitler's train car, each car had a different number on it. And the inventory of those cars, the way they would keep track of the inventory was they would put a number of the car on each item in the train car. So for the silverware, at least, I don't know about soft goods and linens and things, but for the silverware, it was stamped. So Hitler's dining car, where he would do his entertaining and most of the dining, all those cars were numbered 244, right? Is that the number? 244.
Yes, it is. Yes.
And I don't think this information was that readily known, like even 10 years ago, right, Billy? I think we kind of are figuring all this out more recently.
Yeah, I don't. That's Rosenberg right there, I believe. And I think the thing I'm going to show, I believe, is from Rosenberg's car.
Okay. So you've got Hitler's cars, you've got Goering's cars, you've got other people's cars, and there is research that you can do to find out which car belonged to which person. We're not going to get into all that right here, but there's the man, the myth, the sociopath right there. And I don't know
who?
if that's 244.
What's this guy's name?
That would be Adolf Hitlerberg.
Oh, all right.
Adolf
Schinkelgruber.
Oh, I don't know if that's 244 car. But if we go to the other, there you go. Supposedly this is the inside of the 244 dining car. I haven't verified that. It almost looks like a sketch and not an actual photo. But that's, I guess, how they would set up the dining car. A table of 4, a table of 2 adjacent, and then continue. So you could see the silverware there.
It does kind of look like halfway between or even maybe like some early retouching.
Yeah, a touched up photo. Yeah,
it's tough to tell. Or
colorized one, like they colorized it by hand with a pen, like
they colorized it and then they put it back to black and white. Though that's what I was thinking.
Because they colorized it, then they had to they used it for some kind of magazine or something, so it had to be in black and white.
What if maybe just the windows are that's the illustration? So the car itself is actually a period photo, but for security purposes, they maybe didn't want anyone to be able to identify where he was with the train, so they kind of drew in where maybe something like that. I don't know. Can I just interject real quick? 35-inch railway eagles. I have one on my website. I had always heard that the 35 inches were only for Hitler's that train. Is that true? Does anyone know if that's true, or were they used on other trains?
I don't think that could be true, just because of the amount that are out there. But I don't know.
Yeah, but there's a lot of train cars on this. I don't know how many there were. Hopefully there's a viewer who knows a little more. I'm not that familiar with the actual train itself. It'd be cool to find out.
I feel like you'd almost never see that size if it was, you know what I mean? I don't know. Who knows? Who to find?
I agree. I've had two. I've had 2 real ones. I hear there's excellent fakes coming out of England, but I've had 2 real ones. I have one for sale and I've sold one.
So anyway, let's get back to brass tacks. We got some stuff in. I've sold some cool stuff over the years. Actually, I've sold. You want to pull up some pictures here, Joshua? We'll just kind of go through them.
The website ones?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah, let me just
you want to show your piece off first, Billy?
Yeah, I'll show mine. So I
first. Yeah.
Well, like Dante said, he had a plethora of these pieces, and I said, "Yo, let me get some, dog," and I got him for a good price because he's my friend and we help each other out in this hobby. So I actually have some for sale on the website currently. The piece I have right here, I believe, is numbered to Rosenberg's car. It's actually holding all my beer tonight, but this is that's
Oh,
the
wow.
yeah, that's the champagne bucket. Let me just hold it over here. Anyway, that's the champagne bucket. And
So what number was Rosenberg's car?
I want to say this is 214. I forget, which is
You
far
can
away
look
from
on the
44.
bottom, Bill. It's
I mean,
right
I
there.
could hold it above my head and hope it doesn't fall on me. Yeah, I don't. I want to say it's 214, and I think I'm correct. But
Okay.
with that being said, it's a beautiful piece, and it was brought back by a member of Eisenhower's staff after the war.
So 214.
Yeah.
He's got a rare item. Josh, see if you can find. I also sold a champagne bucket, and I want to see what the number is on that one because I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, buddy, no problem. I'm pretty sure this is the one you're talking about. Looks like it's 212. It was neighbors with Billy's.
212 neighbors. So literally a couple of trains away. If they're adjacent to each other or linear, I should say. But look at the price. This is a very old. This is one of the first things I sold in my career. So this is worth way more now. But it's just interesting to see. They'll all say Alpaka on them, which is the manufacturer. And this type of, it wasn't a solid silver. It's like I want to say it's like an aluminum base metal or something similar that's then been heavy silver plated. And it's just awesome quality overall. It's a continuous, easy to identify thing. The quality is just phenomenal. They don't easily corrode or pit or anything. So something cool to have. But the price, again, way below market right now. This is going to be multiple times the value. Go ahead, Billy.
Well, it's also cool because the alpaca is obviously what the later Luftwaffe honor goblets were. So,
yeah, those are alpaca as well, right? So they went away from the silver. They went to change alpaca. Now, let's show the next one, Josh, which is double your pleasure, double your fun.
I would love to, but before we move on, I just want to throw a tip out there to any viewer of the show right now who might be thinking, how do I know how long ago an item was taken? Do you see how bad this picture looks?
Yeah, you could tell. That's an old photo.
Same shit on my website. If you see something, you're like, this picture looks fucking horrible. That's because it's like one of the first 10 things I put up. All right, what kind of trash are we looking at here?
We'll now go for the double. Now the double.
Oh.
Now, again, another old photo. You could tell I don't have a watermark there or anything. So switch to the D. There should be a picture with the DR logo on it.
Wait, this shit was optimized by imageoptimizer.net?
Image Optimizer is who we used to use for scaling my images. Where's the DR photo? But anyway, it's a double, bro. You can fit 2 bottles. Super rare item. What's the number on that one? I don't even know if I have a zoom in on that because this is before I even knew that the number meant the train.
Ooh, one car away from Hitler's. That's kind of special.
243. So another really cool one. Again, way undervalued now. That's a clean picture.
Yeah, that one's been polished, though. That one's been cleaned over the years.
I'm sure it has, of course, as most of these probably have. But
good quality on this one, though. I can't give you any shit about that.
Phenomenal piece right there. I sold this to Whitman, who probably sold it for at least $5,000 after me. So now let's go look at the cool little things that we picked up or that I picked up, which I think are even cooler than this.
You just don't see a lot of stamps with a choo-choo train on them.
Well, who doesn't like a choo-choo train, right?
Before we go and look at your smaller items, can I show something cool that is about mine? I don't know if the camera will focus, but you can actually see the polishing compound in the eagle, like in his shoulders there. So, I mean, look at the patina of the silver plate there. I mean, it's been cleaned over the years, but that's pretty old. So I just think that's a cool feature of mine.
I do think it's a cool feature, and it also proves that the people who own these were constantly sprucing them up and polishing them. So for you to find one that's been recently polished, you know what, give it 10 years and it's going to look old again. It's okay. It's not really hurting the value of these types of things. We're not talking, these are not rare coins or numismatics where if you polish it, the value is destroyed. They're not those kind of things. So I think that's a cool thing, and it's a natural part of the hobby.
All right. What do you want to look at next?
Let's flip through. Let's look at some of the other little. So this is, I think, okay. Is there a book on this shit somewhere, Billy?
I don't know. Is that sugar or is it mustard?
That's
mustard jar.
I think it's mustard. It's not sugar. It's too tall, right? But here's the thing: it doesn't have the normal DR logo that you would look. But then we flip it around underneath. Let's see if you can scroll some of those pictures there, Joshua. There's the DR hand engraved.
Oh, it's engraved. That's interesting,
right?
And it's numbered to Hitler's car. That's really cool.
Yeah. So go back. There should be another picture there somewhere with the number. There it is. 244 stamped in just like the other ones. And there's a choo-choo train. So what is the reasoning behind this? I got to imagine that this item was not offered at the same time that the other items were offered. So they're like, oh shit, you want a mustard jar? Yeah, we got those too, but we can't put the DR thing on them. Let's just hand engrave it. Are you cool with that? And that's where that came from. Or these were earlier before the other stuff came out. What do you think, Billy?
So I actually have part of Hitler's manicure set that was taken from the Berghof, and it was I believe it was 327th Field Artillery that brought back those pieces. But anyway, Weitza and Hermann Historica have offered sets over the years. And in the set, and I think it's even published like back in the 60s of a vet that got it out of he got it himself, and it was published in the 60s. It has both the formal pattern eagle, right, that we all are familiar with from all of his silverware. That's on the manicure set. And it also has an engraved eagle. So much like what you're saying about this DR, it's not the standard, DR that's, embossed on the actual piece. It's actually engraved. So that is a known trait of things in Hitler's kind of personal items. So I would have no problem owning that. And it's so badass. The choo-choo train is next level, not to mention numbered to his personal staff car.
And I believe there's two different official silverware patterns for DR stuff, if I'm not mistaken.
I did not.
I had my doubts, by the way, that it might be a mustard jar, but I quickly consulted Google.
Yes, Adolf Hitler ate mustard.
He's German. Of course he had mustard.
Even if he didn't, he would want it for his guests, right? What else are you going to put on your fucking sausage?
You know what I bet? I wonder if after May 1940, he switched to Grey Poupon.
It's possible. He would have had access.
Oh, I bet he was wearing a tan suit as well.
It would have been perfect. He could have rolled down the window with everything. Jesus Christ. All right, let's move on, Josh. We had a couple other cool pieces in here. The mustard jar is available for sale, by the way, if anybody wants it. Let's see what else.
Can't get over the balls on you to write mustard jar.
What would you put it? It's not.
Who calls it a fucking mustard jar? I've just never heard of anybody using the terminology.
Dude, it's got a
before.
little scoop in it. Like, what would?
Hey, Bill, how many mustard jars you got in your cabinets over there, bud?
I'm not going to be the
condiment. What do you want to call it? A condiment jar?
You think that after
appropriate? I mean, I don't know. To me, it looked like sugar for his tea. Because let's talk about this real quick. Okay, real quick. You had the smaller spoon and you had the smaller knife for the tea set.
Yes.
So it probably was for the sugar for the tea set. In my opinion,
so tall, you would be fucking killing yourself.
Fucking mustard. Fucking jars are tall. I'm done with this episode.
I think it's mustard.
You think that after Hitler's experience in World War I, he was like, yeah, put me around more mustard.
Oh, mustard gas joke. Zing. Only on the Militaria Podcast, folks.
Is it too soon? Over 100 years on mustard gas?
Real quick. Wait. Hold on. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm looking at this cocktail spoon. What if it was for maraschino cherries?
It could be, but you'd have to have a very large jar. Why would you?
This is actually This is his enema spoon.
Okay. I don't know if there's a book. There probably is some obscure book that tells you what the patterns were. This is a long ass spoon. It's got to be for mixing cocktails. What else?
It's a sniper model.
A sniper model. What else would you use it for? Right?
I totally agree. I think with the maraschino cherry jar that you have, I think this makes a perfect set.
A Sunday spoon? You got a nice. What do you call those?
No,
maybe a malt.
A malt. That's what I said.
You know how Hitler loved to pop into the malt shop.
Hey, man, that was the thing. You can't hate the player, hate the game, man. Maybe he liked malts.
Eva Braun wearing the poodle shirt or this little mini, the skirt. Oh, man.
Great piece. Rare as shit. Available right now at SMG War Relics. Now, let's go see the last piece. There we go. This my favorite piece out of the whole score.
Yeah, Dante, what doohickey of Hitler's was this?
It's
Again, but you've shown nothing but things for drinks. I bet you that was sugar or maraschino cherries.
Stop with your maraschino cherries, dumbass.
I'm probably being more serious than you
They
think.
didn't even have those back then, I bet.
When
course
Hitler
they
was
didn't.
making a psilocybin mushroom tea, he would load up 1 to 2 grams of mushrooms into this spoon and then steep it in hot water
It's
for
a
10 minutes.
fucking tea steeper. What else would it be? You put your
No, I agree with this. This is, but again, everything you have is a theme of a tea, sugar. It's a sugar jar.
No, it went from
Oh my
mustard to tea.
God.
What are you talking about?
Well,
It doesn't have to be mustard.
I agree with Josh. It's for fucking sugar. It's a sugar jar. Everything
No,
you have is
15.
fucking.
I have
everything
a
you have
sugar-
is tea related.
I've got
Everything you have is drink related.
I've got a sugar bowl from DR2. It's much smaller. Or what would you
Who's to
call it?
say?
Whitman would
that
call
Hit-
it a finger bowl,
Who is to say that Hitler didn't put mustard in his tea?
which sounds dirty as hell.
You liked a dirty tea. You know he was a dirty tea enjoyer.
You dirty bastard! You put mustard in your tea.
So anyway, you got
It's
this
like
freaky ass spoon, huh?
It's interesting, but it does. If you look at the top, there's supposed to be a clip there on the top of the spoon. It
Yeah.
must have broke off, and that would keep the lid closed while the tea was steeping, sir. But that part.
But now
broke
it's
off.
fucking useless.
It's not useless. You could get it fixed by a fucking qualified silversmith, you jerk. What an asshole. You just assume the worst.
All right, I'll click the Venmo link.
You
That's
better
a cool piece to own.
put
Josh.
it in the
A
fucking
broken
bank,
tea steeper.
because no one else has one of those motherfuckers except SMG Warlocks. War-Warlocks.com, baby. All right.
If your home is lacking in mustard jars, you know where to find them.
You need it. You gotta have it. Come on.
You know,
Dude,
we were
people are
thinking about
spending like
kind of
a couple $100 on really boring porcelain. You could have a fucking piece of silver from fucking Hitler's tree. Fucking
I
dining
mean, we were talking about going in together for a nice wedding present for Carmen and Josh, and I mean maybe they need a mustard jar.
Mustard
Ooh,
jar.
I don't know
Oh.
if that's the kind of stuff Carmen's looking for.
Well, we did get Josh a housewarming gift. Josh, you should talk about that. It was a really nice gift.
yesterday I was neglecting my podcast work as I have done for the last month because life. And I walked in the house because I don't know if anybody, I didn't talk about this earlier, but I changed jobs. I'm not on night shift anymore. Now I'm an indoor cat. I work in the fucking office.
Thank
I
God
get to
for that.
sleep at night. It's wonderful. So I walk in the house and I look over and there's a big old box by my front door. And I was like, oh, cool. The chinos that I ordered for the office are here.
Your office chinos.
Oh,
they gotta be
sick,
khaki,
dude.
khaki chinos.
They're black. And then I was like, and a button down shirt or two. So I was like, ooh, maybe that'll be what's in there. Picked it up way heavier than chinos would be. Opened it. Turned out Billy and Dante sent me a set of crystal tumblers, which I'll put a picture of them on screen, like right here. And I'm going to just keep talking about them for a second so that the picture stays up on screen. And I think that it's really important that you look at the screen right now and you go, wow, Josh's friends got him these crystal tumblers. And then when Carmen got home from work, I was like, babe, the guys sent us a gift, but also it said mostly that it was for me, but it's okay. What's mine is hers. That's part of marriage. You know what I mean? And we're on the road to that. So they're going to be her
They
tumblers.
wouldn't
soon,
let me
too.
put two names in the thing. It just said, who do you want it to go to? And it just had room for 4 letters, JOSH, and that was it.
You could
There was
have
a-
you could have done Doda, DODA.
The
I mean, that could
Dodas?
have been for both of them. Yeah, the
I'm
Dodas.
just joking. I neglected to put her name in, but I did think of her, and we bounced it off of Billy. We got to get them something that they'll both enjoy because it's a housewarming gift for the both of these lovely people on their journey together. But
I recommended the double-sided dildo, but we went with the fucking tumbler. instead.
that is
It's on our wedding registry.
Is it a double-sided dildo?
I'll make sure it is.
But now you've gone down this path of water for crystal, and you have to keep adding to the collection, Josh. So you may have to put some water for crystal on your registry. Is all I'm saying.
We'll work
'Cause-
on it tomorrow after we get home from kayaking.
What's with you and kayaking?
I
We're
love
going up
kayaking.
to
Don't talk shit-
Sebago,
whoa,
bud.
Whoa!
What?
Don't
What?
talk shit about kayaking. Kayaking's the shit, man.
No,
I love
I'm
it.
not
Yeah.
saying it's a bad thing, but he keeps throwing it in there on kayak. Fuck you, your kayak.
Man likes kayaking.
Thank you, Billy. Thank you for defending me. I don't feel like I did anything wrong here. I'm just excited to have a nice day on the lake.
I'm happy that you like them, and I'm actually more happy that she likes them than you, to be totally honest with you, because that's who I wanted to impress.
I want to throw it out there just to make the viewer at home aware that this isn't the first time that people within this group of three of us have sent little gifts to each other. And I think it's a really fun little thing that once in a while, two of us conspire to do something nice for another one in the group.
I have an extremely cool Shelby neon in my base. Well, it's not a neon, but it's a Shelby that Will Dokus, who wrote a book, he actually made for me because he does woodworking as well. I could maybe show that right here. And I have the green screen, so you're not even looking at the book right now. You're just looking at my awesome Shelby sign above my fridge in my basement, and it is cool.
You guys lucked out because you're all new houses, getting married. I've done all of those things, and I've got nothing to show from it for you guys because we started this adventure a little late in the game.
That's
my
true.
lifespan.
I was going to buy you a mustard jar, but that's
I already got one, and it's.
Well, it'd be cool. I mean, I could place the order on your website just to have the shipping address your address.
I have a question. Like, this is just a lighthearted thing. What is Carmine's? Carmen's.
Carmine is from Sopranos.
I know. I have a neighbor named Carmine. What is
Carmine.
Carmen's pet name for you, Josh?
We call each other Babe very frequently.
Babe, that's not a pet name. That's just Babe. Is it Joshy? Is it Snookums?
Hold on.
He's calling her.
What's my pet name?
Oh, this is ball breaking.
You're not going to answer your phone call?
What if I stomp on the floor?
It's been forwarded.
Oh,
The person you're
Babe, pick up the phone.
She's in the shower. Give her a break, bro.
She's not in the shower. She's watching Gossip Girl.
Gossip Girl? That's the new thing?
Is that the old school?
Hello?
Hey, Babe.
Hey, are you okay?
Yeah, I am. The guys have a question.
Are you okay?
Okay.
The guys want to know if you have a pet name for me, and they said that Babe doesn't count.
No, I don't.
Oh my God, you're missing the fucking opportunity here.
Well, what
Thank
is your
you.
pet name?
Huh?
What's your pet name at home?
Asshole.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Billy Kramer. You sent me some pictures of something. You want to talk about it for a second?
Yeah, so I'll get into it. You know, I'll be arrogant. In my opinion, I have one of the best uniform collections in the world. I have not seen a uniform collection that's like, wow, that guy really blew me out of the water, right? I visited Bill Shea. He has Goering's uniform, awesome stuff. Don't get me wrong. I have name stuff too, not of Goering level, but Goering as a personality doesn't do anything for me. Anyway, my hair uniforms, I have the cav officer. I've got the machine gun school instructor NCO. I have the basic combat tunic, when I put the sniper veil over him. So I don't need too many more hair uniforms. I kind of have that covered. And going through all of the progression of my general lieutenant, he had to have the EK2 Spange as well as loops for the DK, right? And that was a stipulation for the uniform to be in my collection. And I'm sitting there, and I've thought about this for years of man, I would really like to have the Ehrenblatts, the honor
roll.
Yeah, the honor roll class Ehrenblatts. I would really like to have that uniform in my collection. However, you kind of where do you draw the line of how many more uniforms do you possibly need? I have over 50 is a round number, give or take a few.
Wow.
So anyway, with that being said, I've had, I don't know, between the three branches, the Kriegsmarine was never even issued. You do find them. The Luftwaffe is extremely rare to find in a period photo. I forget how many Ehrenblatts the honor roll class for the Army was actually issued, with the Waffen SS, of course. I want to say it was in the 4316 off the top of my head. I don't know. It's in the 4,000 range, I believe. With all that being said, I'd always wanted that uniform in my collection. I've had these things come in. They're always mint. They're always in the box. They're just vet bringbacks. Schloss Kleisheim Horde. They had some. So with that being said, I have never truly had a worn one in my life. And recently, I got a guy, Arturo Gonzalez or something like that, it's a Latin name, from California. I believe he's Los Angeles area. He's like, hey, I've got some World War II stuff. What will you give me for it? I'm like, and he showed me this photo. I'm like, holy shit. and it came with this crease set of political leader tabs, and it had to bring back paperwork as well. And I gave him the offer, and it was an exponential offer. And he's like, "Oh my God, I'll totally take that." So he wouldn't let me. I don't usually pay people with like a money order or cashier's check because I'm afraid of fraud. But this time I took a gamble because I wanted it that bad. So I finally get this thing in the mail, and you peel back the actual badge itself, and it's like lighter colored underneath the ribbon. I mean, this thing saw so many, I mean, it could tell you so many stories. You hold it in hand, and it's got the snaps on it, so it was obviously removable for laundering purposes.
That's cool.
This thing is badass, next level. I handle so much stuff, not anything, not everything excites me anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's like kind of.
Can I ask you a question on authenticating these? Because I feel like it's just a piece of stamped metal, right? So
Yes.
How I've seen a bunch of fakes, and it's just obvious that they're fakes, but what are we looking for here to authenticate these pieces?
Well, if Josh was being a team player instead of talking on a cell phone, he could scroll and actually show you a close up. Oh, there we go. Now, I'm not going to give away too many details. I will tell you two things. I'll give you one about the front, one about the back, because I don't want the fakers to know too many things, okay? If you look at the top arm of the swastika and you look at the corner of where the arm breaks on the lower side there, you'll see it's kind of rounded. It's not at a perfect 90-degree angle.
On the left
I do
side?
see that.
Okay, right. Yes. On the right side of the top arm to the right, it's not perfectly 90 degrees. That's something I immediately look for. And then I look at the quality of the oak leaves, right? That's instantly where my eye goes. If you look at the back, the next real clue and real factor that only the originals have is the prongs. You see those little lines? I mean, it's like a tooling mark that,
Yeah,
again, I'm not
and they're
giving away too much information.
They're wire. They're not flat.
Well, there are both kinds, and on the Luftwaffe one, you look for the V above the swastika. That's a whole different topic, but that's how you authenticate that one. The fakes, they don't have that trait yet. Anyway, getting further into this, you look at the tooling marks and the reverse prongs, and I love this thing. It talks so much to you in hand, and where I'm going with this is I don't have to have it on the uniform now because I do have this piece. It has the removable snaps, so obviously this thing, I mean, could be pulled off for the uniform to be laundered. So I now have this in my personal collection. I don't need to have one with the uniform. I've never seen a worn one really like this of this caliber. Josh, can you zoom in on the Schmega that is on the top right prong there?
Schmegma.
Just zoom in. Can you zoom in? Yeah, look at that. Just gunk. That's just, that's fakes have age and stuff like that.
And what did you have to do to earn this award?
So this is above the Iron Cross First Class, below the German Cross in Gold. You had to be awarded. So you had to be awarded off the top of my head, Second Class, First Class, and it wasn't justification to get the German Cross in Gold. However, it was something so notable that you were actually when you were awarded this, you were actually mentioned, and it was like an honorary. It is a true era. It is an honorary award. It's not just a bravery decoration. So this is really something. I love seeing it period photos. It's extremely rare. And again, I don't get excited much by handling, just about everything, but this is something that I was like, I'm keeping that for the rest of my life. So super happy to get this. That's my show and tell for the story for the show. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Nice. Real nice pickup, man. Congrats.
Yeah, that is super cool, man.
So anyway, Josh, yeah, that's my newest pickup. I showed some cool stuff. Dante showed some cool stuff. Do you have any cool stuff to show? Please let me know.
I do, man. I've been getting some cool stuff in. And one of my favorite things that I've recently gotten in, I got from a friend of the show, Alex Iofreda.
Oh, good old Alex.
You guys know Alex.
Love me some
So
Alex.
Alex knows that I have this thing with my Soviet collection where, like, I just like things that interest me, which means there's not really a rhyme or reason. I was talking to Ranzu recently. You guys know Ranzu,
Love me
friend of
some
the
Ran.
show.
Love me
Love
some
Ran. He has like a very focused collection when it comes to his Soviet stuff. I don't. I have a lot of military stuff. I have some civilian stuff. And this came from Alex recently, and it's one of my favorite pieces right now. It's an Order of the Badge of Honor, and it was awarded to a guy named Yuri Polovnev. Now, you may think to yourself, this is usually like a labor award. It's not that cool. What could this possibly be for? That would be interesting. It's a Circus award.
Oh, pretty neat.
I'm glad you fucking think so, Dante. Because now I can tell you that I can show you some stuff about this guy online.
That was
Like this
harsh.
article written
Oh, Oh, so he abused elephants is what you're trying to say, Josh.
No. This guy here, you want to see this? I'll show you.
Oh, this is why you were talking about Russian Jews. Jesus.
Yes.
Christ.
Well, I'll get back to that in a second. This is him right here. He is balancing his wife on his fucking shoulder on this pole.
No shit.
So right at the bottom, you can see it was a husband and wife duo. What they're performing. It's acrobatics, right? But it's equilibrism. He balances her as she like strikes a pose and does like a dance or whatever at the top of this pole. So pretty fucking wild to be able to be like, not only, that people do this, because I'm not a big circus goer. Although should say
is this gonna be a segment at your wedding, like where you and Carmen are you gonna balance her on a pole?
That would be fucking nuts, dude. I'll talk to her about it tomorrow when we're kayaking at Sebago. But no, like, so again, I'm not a big circus goer. I should probably say that, like, for reference purposes, in the Soviet Union, the circus was thought of as like proletarian art. So it was elevated and respected as an art form. But I've never seen anybody do this before. I think it's pretty wild. And he didn't just do it on his shoulder. He also balanced her and another guy on his fucking head. Can you see this picture right now?
When did this guy die, and how did you get the award? Like,
okay, funny story about this, and this is another thing about Soviet awards and why it pays. And I'll go back and show you that article in a second. This award was sold by another Soviet dealer, and I know that because after I purchased it from Alex, I started doing my own research on it and found the original listing where he had purchased it. So I think it might have been a little bit of an oh shit moment, because for him, I was like, did you flip this to me? And I now knew exactly how much money he made off of me buying it, because he knew I couldn't resist some weird shit. But he got it from another dealer. And, just like most, like, orders of the Badge of Honor or other Soviet orders, it comes with a little book, right? So it was awarded in 1958. If you ask Alex, he literally has like a spreadsheet of records where it's like, here's how many awards were given for the Circus in 1958. I don't know how he does it. Blew my fucking mind. But this was sold kind of unknowingly by another Soviet dealer. Alex did the research on it, found out it was to this Circus guy, and he was like, boom, there's added value. And I can't disagree with him. And when I told him, I was like, congratulations on a great deal, because I would have bought it either way. I think it's awesome. Now, that being said, he's currently working on hooking me up with the original magazine where these pictures were published.
It's a super cool niche thing. I mean, it blows my circus collection out of the water, Josh. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty impressive.
To circle back real quick, there is also, aside from those two sources I showed you, which are from like kind of official sort of websites of like old publications and shit, there is also this article that tells a funny story about Yuri Polovnev that was published by Florida Russian, which is apparently like a publication for Russians that live in Florida, in 2018.
Really, you think that's what it's for? With that name, is that maybe what it's for?
Well, the other idea that I had was that it might be for Floridians living in Russia.
Oh, I see what you did there.
He turned 100 years old? Holy fuck.
No, that's a different guy. That's Konstantin Berman, brother. What are you talking about?
Duh.
I don't know.
You don't know you should know your circus performers, bro?
You put it up, you jerk off.
No, in this story, he says the year was 1982. I'm sitting in the smoking room backstage at the Minsk, Belarus circus with equilibrist Yuri Polovnev. He doesn't smoke anymore, but patiently puts up with my smoke, especially since it's comfortable, cozy, and you can see everyone you need to see. And then he goes on and he talks about this. And then eventually they talk about, did you know that before you is the first Jewish circus performer to receive the title Honored Artist of the RSFSR? It's the whole thing. And they cut, and they keep going. They talk about the People's Jew. And the author of this says, what a cool title, People's Jew of the Russian Federation. Because again, this was, we're getting, So I just think it's cool. I think it's cool that there's so much documented stuff that you can still find from this guy. I have his award. I have the paperwork. It's very niche. It's interesting as well from a cultural perspective. Like, I don't know what the equivalent would be to you guys who are more familiar with German, but the idea of like, I guess maybe if there was like a Nazi German medal for making really good Art Deco sculptures, like that would feel similar culturally to like the elevation of the circus as a performing art in the Soviet Union. But this is my cool little thing.
I love it.
Boys, we really covered a lot today. We covered the news. We covered some important subjects. You showed some cool things. I showed a cool thing. I think it was cool. Viewers will agree with me. They have good taste. And of course, William H. Dokus wrote a book about coins. You should check for the Amazon link down in the description.
Is he paying you for this? What the hell?
No,
Jesus
he's
Christ.
not. But I am supportive of it because you said earlier, you're like, who writes a book? It's a dream of mine, just like it's a dream of Billy's. So I see a friend out there succeeding, and I'm like, look at this fucking thing. You could kill a huge spider with this.
I don't want to be a Debbie Downer here. It's a hell of an effort to put a book out. But you know why so many people don't do a second one? Because you don't make any fucking money, bro.
It's a passion project. And also, if you really want to get into it, it sort of is a functional form of immortality. Anyway, we could talk about that at another time.
Fair enough.
My name is Joshua Doda. I run Queen City Militaria, and I have been joined today by my friends Dante Gambino of SMG War Relics.
Always happy to be here, and it was a great time as usual.
And William the Bill Kramer of Wehrmachtmilitaria.com.
Thank you for the closeout, Josh. I just want to apologize for the giant zit on my nose that everyone can now see. Go back and rewatch and be like, wow, that thing's pretty fucking big. I'll take care of it tomorrow. I just couldn't do it before the show.
I just noticed it now. I'm going to have to rewatch this whole fucking thing.
Why? Because of the zit?
What are you looking at with your flashlight on your head?
It's my
Are you grilling?
It's my it's my black light fucking flashlight. You got to have one of these handy at all times, man.
I have one
So
right
you can
here.
find out.
I have one right here. I just don't put it on my fucking hat like a weirdo.
It's got a hat clip. What else would you use it for?
Why are you guys so concerned about everything in your house being covered in
What the fuck?
It's a hat clip. I always thought, no, it's not, because it would go backwards. It would shine in my eyes and blind
It's a
me.
fake label. See it close.
I'll get it on my ear. Hang on. Is it an ear clip?
Oh, you could do it. Oh, I can't.
Ooh, this looks like a rave. If only there was some
It
cool
does.
techno
It's
music.
like smoky.